Hey everyone, Andeng here for another episode of the Epic Story. When we last left off, we were getting ready to hopefully not mess up the city, but it seems that that's kind of already happened. We're here in the Battle of Minas Tirith, or the siege, and as you can see, so much damage all over the city. It was perfectly fine before we left it, but not so anymore. And anyway, we need to be completing a few quests here before we get to the epic battles, so let's talk.
An icy chill grips my heart.
Stafting. An icy chill grips my heart, and it takes all of my strength to stand here at the wall. My heart quails, and would have me fly from my post in terror. Ingold lowers his voice, and speaks in hushed tones. The enemy has catapulted the vile ammunition into our city. Heads they have taken from soldiers caught outside the walls. In the Pelennor and Talthanor, the barrage has caused men to cast down their weapons, and fleeing from the sight of friends and family returned in this horrible fashion. I am not immune to this weapon of Mordor. I have recognized faces in that terrible rain. It was the fate of Barathant, Stafting, and I wept to see it. Can you gather up the weapons and shields that were dropped by the frightened men as they fled their stations? We need that equipment and those men, if we are to stand against the armies of Mordor. Okay, let's collect this stuff and hopefully be on our way. Alright, so there we go. Time to talk to you again.
I do not blame them for running, but we need them to master their fear.
Thank you for gathering up that equipment, my friend. Now we need the men to wield them once again. I do not blame them for running. Evil are the sights of war. But this is worse than even a hardened soldier of Gondor could expect. But we must not give up hope. If the men who ran do not return and fight, they will prove great allies to the foes outside the city. Only by returning to their posts and facing their fears can they strike a blow against such evil. Find the men who ran, Stafting. Tell them to return. We need every soldier of Gondor to master his fear and stand against the hosts of Mordor, or all is already lost. Alright, why could they not have picked those up when they return? Just help me understand that, buddy. That would be great. Because I'm pretty sure if all the soldiers came back and picked up their own weapons, they could have done that themselves. But, you know, we'll give you a break, I suppose. I will not flee again. Yeah, we'll see about that, buddy. Yes, convincing words. Go do it. Abandon your posts. We are already slain. Okay. There may be no victory, but I will stand all the same. I mean, this is really a dire situation. Dang, dude. Quivering knees. Fight on! Fight on! So far, only one guy has not continued on, it seems. Flee! There can be no victory for us. I'd make that two. Two people have fled in terror. I am ashamed. I will fight for my honor. That's the spirit. Alright. Let's see. Where's the way up? Back over here, it seems.
I will fight until the last of my courage is spent.
You did well, my friend. I too will fight until the last of my courage is spent, in order to avenge the sad fate of my friends. Barathant will be avenged, and if it is in my power to prevent the destruction of Gondor, I will do it. Do it. Alright. Let's see, just two more, and then epic battle time.
Fire threatens to spread throughout the city.
The armies of Mordor have catapulted flaming stones into the city, and the fires threaten to spread. My men have set water buckets on each level, but they are simply not enough to go around. If you can help put out the blazes before they spread, you would be doing the city a great service. Quickly, Staffdang, start here in the 6th circle and use one of the water buckets to put out the flaming stones. And then work your way down the city, level by level. There will be water buckets near the ramps down from each circle, but they may not be near enough to the fires, unless you hurry. Go with my blessing, friend. We cannot fight both the fires and the foes at the same time. We must control the blazes before the enemy gets into the city. Alright, we'll be back to pick up your bucket of water, but first we need to talk to the other guy to do the other quest, to be efficient about it. Dang, the model got broken, look at that. Oh man. Guess somebody's keeping it accurate. Alright.
The withered tree has left us a message.
The siege is well and truly begun, Stafteng. We must hope that our preparations were enough, and that the gates stand strong. It should hold the enemies outside at bay for some hours, I hope. But it is the enemies within our walls that concern me right now. Look at the model of the city, and the scroll that now decorates it. This message is the work of the withered tree. The end has come. That may be so, but I am going to ensure that the withered tree reaches its end before we do. Some member of that group gained access to the Dome of the Sun and committed this act while we were busy elsewhere. I am the Captain of Tidings, and I sent forth errand riders throughout the city to other parts of Gondor. But that is not my only title. I am also the Spy Master of Minas Tirith, and I know how a group like the Withered Tree operates. They must have gained some of the passwords for the upper circles of the city. Hurin must change the password, Stafteng. We have not used the current set for as long as usual, but in the time of war, 3 hours may seem like days. Ask him for new passwords, and give them to the guards at the gates in the upper circles. Then find members of the Withered Tree in the lower circles, and make them cease their hateful whisperings. I will meet you in the first circle when you have proved successful. Okay, so we are able to do the bucket quest and this quest at the same time. So there we go, we'll get both of them done.
We must change the lesser passwords. It is time.
I have already written a new set of passwords for the gates into the upper circles of the city. Show them to the guards and destroy this parchment. Perhaps that will hinder the movements of the Withered Tree into the upper levels. After the passwords have been set, Lamlaw wants you to find the members of the Withered Tree urging dissent in the lower circles. If you will be able to recognize them, I suppose. They have become more brazen in recent days, and now that the siege has begun, I suppose they have nothing more to lose. They may be obvious to you now, Stafteng. Go with haste and remain loyal to the council and to the steward. Alright, here we go. We'll see about the steward part, but I think we can remain loyal to the council, so let's get this done.
Already a new password.
Very well, Stafteng. I recognize Hurin's mark, and I will see to it that no one passes this gate, save those who know the password, Light of Hope. It is an appropriate password. May we still possess that of which it speaks when the night ends. Okay, time to pick up the bucket and make our way on through the city. Okay, let's see, we need to extinguish stuff in this direction. I don't think there's actually any water in this bucket, but sure, game, we'll take your word for it. You extinguish the burning stone. Well, that's great.
I believed we would soon need new passwords.
This is Hurin's mark, and I now will recognize only the new password, Flame of Victory. I hope it is our victory and not the victory of Mordor that this password presages. Ah yes, another bucket to pick up. Here we go. One of the silliest quests in my opinion. Like, I understand we need to put out fires, but at least make, like, the water be by the well or something more efficient than this. You extinguished the burning stone. That's great.
The orcs of Mordor will not turn from this gate for the lack of the password.
A new password already. I think the time for passwords is behind us, Staftang. The orcs of Mordor will not turn away from my gate because they lack the password. But this is Hurin's mark, and I am bound to obey. The new password will be Triumph. But whose triumph will it be, I wonder? You destroy the parchment containing the new passwords, and hope everyone memorized them. Alright, you look suspicious.
The steward is a fool! We will not die for him!
He has sold the city to our enemies, and now he asks us to die for him. None of us will see the dawn. Die, Staftang, and know that the withered tree has ended your tale. Okay, little over the top, I know, but I think this guy deserves it. You traitor! Yeah, I'm the traitor. Okay, buddy. Goodbye. Alright, time for another water bucket. Here we go. You extinguish the stone and Forlong calls out to you happily. What? You guys are just standing around here and I'm the one that's supposed to be putting out the fire. Alright, buddy, let's talk.
Oh, this gets the blood flowing, does it not?
Haha, Staftang, how do you fare? This gets the blood flowing, does it not? It puts me in mind of any number of great adventures, and I look forward to adding to my list of great deeds. Galaskill here does not share my enthusiasm, so I have resolved to have enough for the both of us. Let the enemy gain the wall, and we'll see how many of them will take to wipe the smile off my face and the laughter from my lips. More than they brought, I wager. Okay, you're kind of insane. Let's talk to the other guy here.
An air of doom hangs over the city, but Forlong does not seem to care.
Does he not realize that this night could spell the end for Minas Tirith and for Gondor? We are surrounded. The gates have never fallen, but there has never been an army on the Pelennor like the one that fills it now. I cannot explain Forlong's disposition. I cannot even understand it.
Alright, well, you two have fun. I'm just gonna go away on to the next quest. There we go, extinguished another one. Let's continue along.
There is no hope for us. The council and the steward have failed.
And doom this city to fail. Can you not hear the harsh cries from beyond the walls? We should have listened to the withered tree, and cast these leaders from the highest level of Minas Tirith. Perhaps then we would have been spared. It is hopeless. Goodbye. There we go, extinguish the burning stone, and again, what are you guys doing here?
It is good to see you making yourself useful, friend.
That's great. Thank you for that kind compliment, buddy. My sons wanted to charge out of the city and take on the enemy by themselves. Their hearts burn for battle, but I have set them to more reasonable tasks. When that great ball came down trailing fire behind it, it took a large bite from the wall. For now my sons work to shore up the defenses and repair what they can. They grumble about it, but I know there will be fighting before the night is over. They will have their chance. I hope you will as well, when the time comes. It will not be long now, Loremaster. Alright, that is the end of fires in the city. Now we just have to do some more investigation in the second circle.
The host of Mordor will spare us if we open the gates.
We must open the gates. Have you not seen the parchments that the withered tree has placed throughout the city? The host of Mordor will spare us if we open the gates. We must open the gates. The orcs will only want the steward and the council. They will allow the common folk to live if we let them in. If we let them in. It is wisdom. We must open the gates. I will kill you if you try to stop me. You traitor!
How about you just taking it to the face? How about that? And he gone. Okay, so it looks like we have to go all the way back up to the Dome of the Stars to talk about the council and the withered tree and all that stuff. So let's go do that, and then we'll go back down to the first circle and complete the other quest. On second thought, I decided to go down to the first circle, so let's talk to this guy.
Supporters of the withered tree are both disloyal and foolish.
You found the supporters of the withered tree throughout the lower circles of the city. I knew you would, Staff Deng. There are more and more of them with every passing hour. I have been kept quite busy keeping them away from the gate. Can you believe that they think we will find mercy from the armies of Mordor? They are disloyal and foolish both. Keep fighting for Gondor, Staff Deng, and I will do the same against any and all our foes.
Alright, we now need to talk to Prince Imrahil, besieged Minas Tirith. Alright, Imrahil, let's talk.
Ready yourself! The enemy prepares another assault!
Okay.
To me, soldiers of Gondor!
The enemy forces assault the wall. Prepare to repel them no matter the cost. To participate in the defense, open the Epic Battles panel and select the defense of Minas Tirith from the menu. After you successfully complete the defense, you will be returned to the location from which you entered it. Alright, well, we'll be doing that next episode, but that's not until next time. Thank everyone so much for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give a like down below, and I'll see you again real soon for another episode of The Epic Story.